Welcome back to Dynamics. Okay, movie review, and this is for a movie that you may not have heard of. You may have seen the poster at the movie theaters, or if you see a lot of previews, maybe you've seen it. But I'm finding that most people don't know about this movie. And holy crap, was it really good? You should see it. You could probably wait until it comes out to streaming. I don't know how long it'll be in theaters, but I just saw it yesterday, so I know it'll be there at least for a week or two. So go check it out if you get the chance. Okay, it's called Blink Twice. Blink Twice is written and directed by Zoe Kravitz, and so it's my understanding this is her first movie that she's written or directed. Phenomenal job, Zoe. Keep acting. Definitely keep acting. You're good at that too. But give us more. Give us more. This is so good. There is a little bit. We'll just throw this out there. There's a little bit of like the woke stuff in there, but not enough that it like made me be all like, oh, I don't want to watch this movie. This is dumb. It's the movie focuses on entertainment. And so some of that stuff is sprinkled in, some of it for good reason, by the way. We'll kind of get to that. But some of it is a little forced. And, that always kind of pulls me out of the movies a little bit. I never like to be pulled out of the movies, but this one, for the most part, is good stuff. And I recommend seeing it, even if you're kind of opposed to that kind of thing. Okay, all right. Let's take a look at what's going on in this movie. Who is in it? Well, the star is Naomi Ackie. Ackie? Wait, I thought it was Ackle. What is it? It's Ackie, I think. It's Ackie. I-E, not L-E, right? So, here, yeah, it's I-E. My eyesight is not so good sometimes. All right, well, she's the star, right? It has Channing Tatum in it, and he is the secondary star. But this lady is the star. Channing Tatum's great in it, by the way. But let's talk about Naomi, because she is really good in this. She plays a character named, it's just popped out of my head, so let me go back to it. Frida, right? Did they pronounce that Frida? Frida in the show. Yeah, I think so. All right, so Frida is the main character. We'll come back to the story, but seriously, she did a really good job in this. What else do you know her from? She was in Lady Macbeth. Interesting. All right. Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. She was Jenna. Okay. I think, yeah, she played Whitney Houston in the Whitney Houston movie, I Wanna Dance. Master of None. She was in a movie called Cupid. The End of the Effing World. All right. Anyways, most likely you know her from the Whitney Houston movie or the Star Wars character. But anyways, she was strong. Definitely strong in this movie. I enjoyed it. All right, moving forward. Channing Tatum plays a character named Slater, which is fun because Christian Slater's in the movie. His name is Slater King, actually, full name. And what do you know him from? Tons of stuff. He was in 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, White House Down, Foxcatcher, Deadpool and Wolverine. Spoiler. Hopefully you've seen that already, right? That was a little bit of a mess up. Hopefully I didn't upset anybody. Dang it. He was in Fly Me to the Moon, obviously the Magic Mike movies. Another kind of a spoiler. Nah, it's an old enough movie. Bullet Train. He was in Bullet Train, Lost City, Dog. Seriously, if you haven't seen Dog, watch Dog. That goes out to you too, Brandy, my girlfriend. You need to watch that movie. We've talked about that before. Goodness, he's been in so much. Free Guy, he was in there. That's kind of a cameo too. Let's see, The Kingsman. That's kind of a cameo too. Oh, he does a lot of cameos, but he's great. I really like Channing Tatum. I've always liked Channing Tatum. Oh, the biggest surprise cameo. I never want to spoil this for people, but man, this movie's so old. It's like you should have seen it already. This is the end. He has the best cameo in This Is the End. If you haven't watched it, just freaking watch that stupid movie. Anyways, I like Channing Tatum a lot. I'm a big fan. He's showing me a lot in this movie because he's done drama before. I've seen him do drama. Obviously, he can do comedy. He does pretty good. He does pretty good in comedies. Action movies, he's okay in. He is. He does the dance movies. He's done a couple of different like dance movies, and he was a dancer before getting into acting. And so yeah, he can kind of do a little bit of everything. But this one, he is the villain, and he is terrifying, and a lot of drama too. And it's just goodness, he's a way better actor than people give him credit for. But yeah, good stuff. I've dwelt long enough on my man crush Channing Tatum. All right, let's move on. All right, Aaliyah Shawkat. I don't know where I know Aaliyah from. Aaliyah played Jess. Where are you from? Arrested Development. So most people will probably know her. I think her is she goes by her, she, her. I think. Anyways, that's probably where you know her from. Arrested Development. What else? The Old Man. Being the Ricardos. Okay. All right. Yeah. So most likely you know know her from Arrested Development. She was fine. Not spectacular, but did an okay job in this. All right. Moving on. Christian Slater's in this movie. Like surprisingly just fun. Just a lot of fun. Even in the dark stuff, even when it gets super dark and gritty, he's just kind of like the humor in it, which is funny to me. Because usually you'll get Christian Slater as the drama, the big time drama actor, and Channing Tatum's the comedy. No, he's kind of like there's a couple of different. So what I'm thinking here is there's like a couple of different comedy actors that are in this, and so they kind of gave the comedy stuff to Christian Slater just because it's like a twist, kind of a twist. I enjoyed him in this movie. I think you will too. What do you know him from? He's been in tons of stuff too. He Very Bad Things. Oh my goodness, that's right. He he was in Very Bad Things, which is kind of like along the same lines as this a little bit. Where he's supposed to be funny, but it's also a very dark movie. Very Bad Things. That's exactly what it is, a dark comedy. All right. What else do you know him from? He was in Willow? Okay. All right, the TV series, the new TV series. I didn't know that. I'm going to have to go way back to get something that really, really kind of stands out. He was in Mr. Robot, by the way, if you watch that. Man, he hasn't done a lot of like big name stuff in a while. That's fun. He should be doing more. He's done a lot of decent amount of voice work. He was in the Spiderwick Chronicles. All right, let's get down to stuff that everybody knows him from, which is like Ask Me Anything. Wait, he was in Ask Me Anything. Yes, okay. Further back. I'm taking too long on this. He was in. No. Oh goodness, I can't believe how far back this goes. I'm having to go. Yeah, he was in Interview with the Vampire. He was Malloy in the Interview with the Vampire, of course. By the way, that new show is actually pretty good. They're changing it. It's completely different. So if that really, really upsets you, um, but it kind of works. Um, how do I? I'm going on a tangent here that I don't want to spoil something about it. But basically, it kind of works even with like the books and movies in a way. But watch it. You'll know what I'm talking about. But the obviously, Malloy is played by an older actor, and Louis is played by a Creole actor. Well, he's not really Creole, but anyways, watch it. Okay. Wow, why am I? He was in The Wizard. I will eventually get to the stuff that everybody knows him from. I didn't know he did a episode of All My Children. That's funny. Heather's Crime Story, LA Law, Tales from the Dark Side, Young Guns 2. Seeing Young Guns 1, 2 also. Sorry. Pump Up the Volume is probably the movie he's most known for, at least, people around me. Anyways, I'm done with this. Okay. You know him. It's Christian Slater. He's in a bunch of stuff. Untamed Hearts. There you go. Untamed Hearts is a big one. All right. Simon Rex plays Cody in this. And Simon Rex is known from Scary Movie 3, Superhero Movie, Scary Movie 5, a lot of the comedies, the silly comedies. You'll recognize him. But yeah, so you'll recognize him from all those kind of movies. He's a comedy actor. Adria Arjona plays Sarah. What do we know her from? Father of the Bride, Morbius. She's Martine in Morbius. That is where I knew her from. True Detective, Six Underground, The Absence of Eden, Monsterland. Yeah. Anyways, she's good. She is really good. Like, right up there with Channing Tatum and Naomi Ecki. Right up there. All right, next. Haley Joel Osment plays Tom in this. And he kind of plays himself, but he plays a character named Tom. But basically kind of plays himself. I did not realize he had this many credits. He has 124 credits, too. But he's been doing a lot of stuff recently. In 2024, he's been doing a ton of stuff. 2023, he was doing a ton of stuff. I thought he probably took some time off and just came back just pumping stuff out. He does a lot of voice work. But where do you know him from? You know him from as a child actor doing things like Sixth Sense. He was in, Forrest Gump. He was Forrest Jr. in Forrest Gump. He was in Mixed Nuts. He was in Thunder Alley. The Jeff Foxworthy Show. He was Matt Foxworthy in the Jeff Foxworthy Show. He was in Walker, Texas Ranger. Beauty and the Beast, the Enchanted. Oh, anyways, he was Chip. He was the voice of Chip in that. That's fun. All right. He was in Murphy Brown. He was in Ally McBeal. But that's when he started getting a little older, wasn't it? No, Sixth Sense. He was still a kid. Sixth Sense is the big one he's known for. He was in Pay It Forward. That's a big one he's known for. AI, Artificial Intelligence. I remember him in that. That was good stuff. Let's see. Secondhand Lions. He was in just tons of stuff as a child actor. Goodness, he's done so much work. He was in Tusk. Goodness. Anyways, tons of stuff. He's great, though. And like I said, he kind of plays himself, but he grew up. He was such a cute little kid, and he grew up to be like not super like cute, but he's holding his own, and he's a pretty good actor, and he does fine in this movie. All right, moving on. Liz Carabell plays Camellia. Liz Carabell, do you know her from anything? Probably not. God's Time. That's the only other thing, really. I don't know her from that. Who else? Levin Hawk. Oh, is he? Let's see. Plays Lucas. Is he Ethan Hawke's son? Yeah, because The Crowded Room and Wildcat. Let's see. Does it say? I kind of want to know. I guess he's a musician and a composer also. I don't know if he's Ethan Hawke's son. Oh, yep, definitely. Ethan Hawke. Yes, he is Ethan Hawke's son. He kind of looks like him, so I was like, same last name, looks like him. He's got to be, but then it wasn't really saying it. He looks a little bit like him. Not a lot like him, but enough. And he's good in it. He does his role's kind of small for being one of the main people. It's kind of an ensemble cast, but he's kind of like the smaller role in the ensemble. But he does a decent job in it. Trey Mullen plays Heather. Trey, what do we know you from? The Bright Side of Things? No. Juliet? No. Town Smokes? Different shorts that I've never seen. Nope, don't know her from anything else. She was decent. She played kind of like a pothead. All right, Geena Davis is in this. She plays Stacy. What do you know her from? Thelma and Louise, The Long Kiss Goodnight, The Fly, A League of Their Own. You know Geena Davis, right? And relatively small role in it. I mean, not probably bigger role than like Levon Hawke's character, but like not as big as say like Haley Joel Osment and Christian Slater's character. But she does a fine job in it, and like kind of a little twisty bit of a character there, so that's fun. All right, next, Kyle MacLachlan. Sorry, I mispronounced his name. Kyle MacLachlan plays Rich. Kyle MacLachlan, where do you know him from? He is from Twin Peaks, Blue Velvet, Dune. He was Paul Atreides in the 1984 Dune. Wasn't he in? I'm surprised it's not towards the top. If he was, wasn't he in Desperate Housewives? Yes. Yeah, he's the guy from Desperate Housewives and Twin Peaks and tons of other stuff. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But yeah, he's again a smaller role. Oh, he was just in the Fallout TV series too. He was really good in Fallout TV series for smaller roles. He's playing these smaller roles, but a well-known face. It's one of those things where he's a well-known face, and he does fine in this. I enjoyed it. All right, who else do we want to touch on? Do we want to touch on Chris Costa? What are you from, Chris? Nothing. How do you know them? How did you get cast in this? I don't think you're an actor. He's an agent. No, wait, no, that's his agent info. I wonder if he was actually military, because he plays like an ex-Marine who's a bodyguard. I wonder if that's actually what he does. But he's not been in anything else, so he's good in this. So it's a small role again. All right, we're done talking about the actors. This review's gone on long enough where we're just talking about actors for like 20 minutes. Overall, here's what I'm going to say before I do a little bit of spoiler stuff. It's dark. It's probably not the direction you're expecting. I wouldn't say it's like Sixth Sense twisty, but it's kind of a twist, and characters that you aren't expecting to be as dark as they are, even though you know Channing Tatum's kind of like probably a bad guy, but like you don't know exactly. Holy crap, it's dark when you figure out what's actually happening, because it's kind of like a mind fuck almost. But anyways, watch it. Tell me what you think. You can wait till it comes out to streaming, but if you get the chance to watch it in theaters, you should, because it's good. I liked it. All right, everybody. Oh no, I'm not going to go anywhere yet. So the spoilers. So we're at 20 minutes. You can, if you're even still here, which you're probably not, but even if you are, spoilers. Holy crap. Okay, so they take them to the island. You've seen that from the trailers. They were like waitresses that dressed up and snuck into the party afterwards, and they meet the big billionaire tycoon guy who's trying to like revamp his image, and he's doing philanthropy, but he has this island that he lives on and stays on, and he invites them to the island, right? Because he has a connection with Frida. So he takes them to the island, and lots of drinking, some drug use, and all this weird stuff is kind of happening. And you start losing track of time, and like things are happening, like the Frida gets a stain on her dress, and then all of a sudden, like a little later, or it's not there anymore. The stain isn't there anymore. Sometimes she finds she has dirt under her nails. Other things are happening that she can't quite explain. And there's this lady on the island who I didn't get to the lady who played her because, I don't know, maybe she just wasn't there. But she's going around killing snakes because there's snakes on the island. Well, the Jess, the character Jess, who was played by the actress who I can't remember her name right now. Anyways, Jess gets bit by a snake. They tell her that it's going to be okay, that, it's not fun, but that the venom's not going to kill her. And she should be okay. She does start to get like a nosebleed, and she's kind of sitting there like kind of spacing out for a little bit, but you don't know why yet. And then the next morning it jumps to like morning again, because it does that a lot. And everybody's kind of going about their business, and everything's like going like how it's been going. And then all of a sudden Frida realizes her friend's not there with them, and she's like, where's my friend? And everybody's like, who are you talking about? And they don't remember her friend. And there's a lighter that's being passed around that was Jess's lighter, and so someone has her lighter, and she's like, that's my friend's lighter. You guys don't remember my friend? And no, we don't know what you're talking about. There hasn't been another person here, right? Well, she goes running off looking for her friend. She can't find her. She's in her room. One of the other ladies shows up, has the lighter, turns it around. It has Jess's name on the lighter, and she's like, what is going on? And she feels like there's been stuff that she doesn't remember. Come to find out, the whole thing that's going on with this movie, by the way, her friend was killed. Basically, each night, the guys that are there are assaulting the women, kind of brutally. Like it's ugly, it's bad, it's dark. But there's this perfume that they've been given that is causing them to forget, and so they forget every morning. They forget each night what happened, and they're going about about the day, right? Just like is starting over, but like they kind of remember, but they don't remember the bad stuff. And then the snake venom is what causes that one lady to remember, and since she remembers, they have to kill her. And then they find out that the reason why she remembers her friend is she took like a shot of what she thought was like moonshine from the crazy lady who was killing the snakes. Turns out it has the venom in it, so she can kind of remember a little bit, but not completely. So they get more of that venom stuff, and they start taking shots with the other girls, and they all start remembering it. It turns into a bloodbath and huge like fight scene, or survival scene, and yeah, it ends crazy. It's weird. It's not exactly the direction I thought it was going to go, but I really enjoyed it. As dark and twisty as it was. All right, this has been a really long movie review. Sorry about that. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you go see that movie. Have a good time. Take care. Have a good day.